Reignite Your Intuition, the show to grow your intuitive self. This is the episode where I talk about it is important not to forget your brain because of all the boohoo. My name is Angela and I'm your host of the show and a highly intuitive person by birth who never lost her connection. I am the expert in supporting you, regaining your intuition and living a fulfilled and much easier life with it. Trusting fully your intuition takes time and is a very individual process. I share with you my knowledge and strategies I have developed to support yourself on a daily basis in any situation. By signing up to my freebie, you can support yourself to connect with your intuition. Go to angelahack.com, podcast and English, there you'll find the link. Well, it's funny that a person like me is going like, well, you have to use your brain and not too much boohoo, isn't it? Maybe if you have heard from me before, you think like, oh, that's normal. Angela is a weirdo in this topic. No? Well, maybe you're like, she is exactly what I like. It's the combination of being able to be aware of the fact that living in this world means you have to straighten out some stuff and that just has to happen by brain. But it does not mean that your spirituality or your psychic abilities have to be drowned. And then we are on the same page. What is at the moment, at least in my opinion, a little problem that we have is the fact that a lot of people in the last years, it's much better than before, has had the idea that this spiritual way of life, let's call it that, has to be kind of like perfect and you always are centered and you're always calm and everything's beautiful and everything's fine, blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, that's a lie. I just read an article or a short text from a friend of mine and he's like, well, the problem with all the spiritual people is that they stop accepting the fact that we are humans, and then if we are angry, that's something they are not. So they surround themselves by people who think the same, and they're always in love with everyone and each other, but not by heart, by the outside. And that's exactly what I mean. A spiritual person is always connected brain and heart wise. It's body, mind and soul. It's never just one or the other. It's all three of them. And if you are very spiritual, you might be much more connected to your soul than others, but that does not mean that you are not ready to use that one easily. So the point is, we have to make sure that we feel good, we have to make sure that everything's fine, and we have to make sure that we combine these two things. I'd say a very spiritual person, I'm a highly spiritual person, but guys, I need a bank account, I need money to live. It's not that it's growing on trees in my world. I might look at things differently, I might be a little bit less on material stuff, but honestly, when I was younger, I was only focused on material things because I did not know better. I did not know how to deal with my spiritual part. But it was a good thing to happen. Like this, I realized, wait a second. Okay, material things can be nice, but they can never ever make you happy. Which does not mean that if I have to celebrate something or if I'm happy about something, that I allow myself to have a great experience and probably buy myself a gift. Like for Christmas and birthdays, I always buy myself a gift. That does not mean it has to be big, but it's important to celebrate myself. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the point. But that's something, it's a combination by brain and heart. Because the spiritual part, if I would be kind of this overwhelming spirituals, let's call it that way, I would be like, oh, I don't need any material things. But my spiritual heart says, well, if you like this, and my brain says, if you can afford this easily, go ahead, take care of you, do it. And they're not judging, all's good. And that's the point. That's something that's really very important. They have to go together. The brain has to have its part of voice. If you don't listen to your brain, and if you don't listen to your heart, and if you only listen to your brain or only listen to your heart, it's not going to work. And don't forget the body. The body is the part that starts to scream the loudest when it's enough. But very often we totally forget to listen to that one until it hurts. And sometimes it has to hurt that much that we're closer to die than anything else. And the body is not doing that because it's fun. It's actually the soul screaming. And very often the mind as well. We just ignored it for such a long time. So it is important that when you have one of these dots that you think, where the hell is that one coming from? That you realize that might be, or it's pretty big chance that it is an information from your brain and your heart jumping in and being like, hi, actions required, please. And unfortunately, we very often don't hear the action required. To give you a picture, don't forget, when you fly in an airplane, there is always in the beginning this security. Well, in the meanwhile, it's very often the videos, but the stewardess is showing you how where the security exits are, what you have to do in case of an emergency, blah, 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 blah. And this is kind of the same thing like this high actions required coming from your brain and heart, because we don't even look at them anymore, except if they're funny, then we make a video and post it on Facebook. But we really stopped listening to security things, and that's about the same with our body. So this is kind of like your stewardess saying, hello, these are the safety points, and if you do not take action and be careful of the fact that you have to take care of you, your brain and your heart will kick your butt. And very often we're like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? Take some medicine. And we do not take any medicine, and it really does not make any sense. But guess what? At the end of the day, we have good chances that we end up in a hospital or lying in bed having a high fever or anything like this. That's why we are not obliged, but if we are smart, we totally do not hang on to this. Well, it's only boohoo or it's only brain. It is brain, heart, and body, mind, and soul. And we really should be more aware of it. So if there is one of these moments when something jumps into your mind and you're like, oh, where is this thought coming from? And you can feel that your heart agrees, don't forget the stewardess showing you the security and emergency stuff. Take action for yourself and not for anybody else. Make sure that that's very clear. And be who you are by heart. Do it, go for it. And I really like it when you say, well, I'm a brain type of person with a big heart. Because we are taught that we are brainies, and we are not taught that we are spiritualists or hearties, but the combination makes it perfect. Are you ready for reignition? Yes? Then go to angelahack.com, choose the podcast, sign up for the freebie, and here we go. Or you can go to angelahack.com and book a 30-minute free call with me to check out how you can reconnect your intuition. Thank you for listening to Reignite Your Intuition. If you like my podcast, please come back, tell friends, and feel free to share with others how they can access my podcast.